Hey y'all, welcome back to L&L Honeycomb Homestead. We're at it again, y'all. We're at it again. So what Lorenzo getting ready to do is go ahead and clear off one of these beds. We decided to put the cattle panel over there and where the tires are, and I'll take you around so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, he's gonna clear out these beds, clear out that bed, and I'm gonna show you what's been going on since 24 hours. Stay tuned.
Alright, I done cleared the majority of these beans off. That's your okras right there. I gotta pull these sticks up, try to clean it out. Cause eventually I'm gonna let my girls over here to knock all of this out. But right now I'm just getting this cattle panel cleared off. And the okra is growing up through the cattle panel, so it's gonna have to be there until that's finished doing what it's gotta do. And just sort of, y'all just sort of get it cleaned up and pick the sticks up and all of that, get that done. Seal that off back there in the back. The girls is over there having fun. I gotta pull that net off over there so they can jump up in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for right now.
And so what do you think about the mosquitoes? Are they being nice to you?
So far, so good. Don't talk them up.
Alrighty then. So while Lorenzo is headed over there doing that, I'm going to show you what the chickens been up to and what we were talking about as far as the chickens. So that way you can see what's going on about that. I'm going to turn you around so you can see. So as you can see, they don't work their way over here. And what we did was kind of closed off that space over there with the pallet. That's the entryway to get in to the middle. And then this right here is also the entryway to get in from the garden. But they're over there. They're doing their little scratching and sniffing and all that stuff over there. And I'm going to show you what it looks like so far because it was really high over there. So they're really working pretty good over there. But they'll be over there, and then they'll be able to come in the evening and come through where I had the gate right here like I did last time. You know what I'm saying? All we did was swing it back over this way. So we got this open where they can come in from their chicken coop. That's right here. So when they come out, you know what I'm saying, we're going to end up, like I said, close this part off. They're not able to go all the way back behind the honeycomb to go back way over there about the pecan tree no more. They're just limited to going right here to the middle, and that's it. So yeah, and Lorenzo has thrown that pile over here that he's got from the garden, as you can see right here. And so they've been picking at that and stuff, but they've been running over there to the middle to see what's going on. So this whole area, when he gets what he needs to get up from over here, and I will be helping him, we'll let them eventually just come on over here as well and do whatever after we get ready to pull up the tomatoes and peppers and bell peppers, so that way they could come over here and run. And what he was saying about the cattle panels, those cattle panels, when we get ready to pull those up, we're going to align the cattle panels from the fence over to about right here, and that way it can work its way over like this on over to the other side right here with the other cattle panels, so that way this area can be closed off on the patio and everything to keep the chickens from working their way over this way, if that makes sense to you. But if it don't, just stay tuned as you watch the video so you can see what we're talking about. But yeah, we're gonna try to hit this when it cools down. It's supposed to be raining this week and everything, so that'll help get some of those weeds up as well. It'll loosen it up to make it easier for us to get the rest of this stuff up, and then let the chickens have at it. But like I said before, we're gonna have that cleared out and let that breathe. And we have other plans as far as that area over there too. So yeah, and I'll be having this over here as my garden space for the fall. So yep, that's what we're doing. That's what we've been working with. It's warm, really warm out here, and I think Lorenzo is making the decision if he want to go out there in that heat or wait until it cools off. I'm hoping that he decides to wait till it cools off so that way we can go ahead and close off the backside where um, the chickens can't go behind the shed, and just close that space off. So that way that'll be one thing that we can get done and everything over there. So yep, that's what we're working with. So as we come to the front, I was wanting to show you what I had told y'all, I think it was last week. I wanted to show y'all what I was talking about with the cabbage and the cauliflower, in case y'all don't know. And so I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm talking about, and then we'll go from there. So as you can see, we got a lot of greenery going on because the cabbage and the cauliflower is still alive, as you can see, because you're getting a fresh set of leaves. So when you have something like this and you starting to grow in the spring and the weather is not permitting and it's got too many bugs going on, cut those dead leaves off and you will get a new set of leaves like this, because the roots inside the bag is still good and the leaves and everything is still green. It's going to just regrow itself. And so that's what I was wanting to tell you. Don't dig the whole thing up. Just cut off those dead leaves, and then by the time it's getting ready to get cool again, you know, if you got it in a grow bag like this, because I'm going to be bringing these over to the shade because they like shade, and I'll be cutting off those dead leaves and let the new leaves flourish. And you can do that, and you'll be saving them, and you won't have to worry about replanting them because they'll be ready for the fall garden. So that would be a great idea, in case y'all didn't know that, okay? Just in case, you know, there's a lot of things that has a lot to do with gardening where you can save some things will grow back, all that. But that's one of the things right there. And as you can see behind me, that's the old stove, y'all. One eye went out, and that was my Canon eye. I had a wonderful subscriber ask me, are you going to be canning or did you can this year? I haven't canned nothing this year because of that stove right there. But I went on Marketplace and I found a new one, and I'll show you somewhere on the clip. I think right about right here. Yeah, did you see it? So pretty. I had to clean that bad boy up though. I had to clean it. I had to clean it, okay? Had to clean it. But it was well worth it. I'm so happy that I have me a stove. And yes, I will be canning this year. I just want to get this stuff out here done, okay? At least the side that I am going to be gardening on, that is completed. But I will help Lorenzo on the other side trying to get all that stuff up so that way the chickens can do their works in these beds. Because the plan is, if we're going out here to the homestead, I will be gardening over here still. I'm not trying to have it real big, but I'm going to grow accordingly, if that makes sense. So that way, when we get ready to start the garden out there and focusing on building the garden out there at the new homestead, I'll have everything out of the way over here, bricks and all. So when they finish cleaning up all those weeds and stuff before it get too cold, the chickens in the middle and on the inside where the garden beds are, I will be taking up those cinder blocks and spraying them off real good, setting them off to the side so that way we can see how many cinder blocks we're going to need, because I'm planning on doing a cinder block bed, garden bed. And I'm not trying to have it on the ground where we're bending and doing all that extra stuff. It's going to be up high enough. Look, high beds, you know what I'm saying? High beds. not getting any younger. We're getting older. Older. So we're trying to make it easier. Trying to make it easier for us. So we're going to try to have that whole area cleared out really nice and everything, so that way the grass can continue on growing and thrive and be beautiful like it was when I first started out here, okay? Before any of this stuff started happening. So that's the plan for that area over there, so we can get that cleaned up. So yeah, right now it's hot. We're taking it easy today. It's supposed to be raining this week. We are happy that we are getting some rain. Yeah, because we do need some rain. Y'all, I'm telling you, this weather has been something else. And I'm not just talking for myself. I know all y'all gardeners talking about how hot it is. We got to stay hydrated and don't kill yourself out here in this heat. That's why when we've been doing these videos, the sun had been setting, okay, when we do these videos. So today, I just thought I'd come on here and tell you what the plan or what we're going to do as far as the backside, and we can pick back up tomorrow, and I will be able to show you the seeds as well on what's going on. And if Lorenzo do get back out here later on this evening, I'll be able to show you all what was done. But before we go, I'm going to show you what the chickens have done so far. So I'm in the area where Mickey is at right now, and as you can see what I was talking about, this was the first spot that I was at when I started my gardening journey in the backyard. And for those who didn't know, this pecan tree, it was dying because we have a neighbor that lives on the other side of this fence that got a tree that's got all these vines on it. You might can see them hanging off the tree. Well, that vine was all in this pecan tree, and it was totally choking it out, okay? It was choking it out. Now, over time, as I was learning in this garden journey, I had set my garden up and everything over here. It was really nice. You got to go back to the very beginning when L&L started, okay? And I had all those cinder blocks. I had them all up in this area right here. Just so pretty. I was just so happy. But as everything started growing, y'all, this pecan tree was dying. But I had no idea it was dying. And like I said, the vines just took over this pecan tree. So we had somebody come and cut that main vine off this tree. And when he cut this tree, that vine off that tree, it just got rambunctious. It lived. And as I'm showing you, this is the tallest tree on the block, this pecan tree. This year is the first year it has not produced any pecans, but for the 7.5 years that we've been at this house, we got nothing but pecans. So this year was the first year we didn't get any pecans. But anyway, I was like in a panic mode. The tree came back, and I had to take all the cinder blocks that was over here and move it to the other side of the yard, okay? Because I was not getting enough sunlight. It was so shaded over here where nothing was gonna thrive. Only the cool crops. The summer crops wouldn't have thrived over here. Nothing would have survived over here. But it was really pretty over here. But the moral of the story, what I was trying to say is, this whole yard was wood chipped. This whole yard was wood chipped. And so over time, in the 3.5 years, going on 4, the wood chips disintegrated, went back to soil, okay? And the grass started coming back. And what Lorenzo been doing with this little gadget toy is been cutting over here, just been cutting the grass. Everything is coming back, as you can see. All the grass is coming back. Back the way it was when I first got ready to start gardening. and over there too. Okay. Now, when we had the chickens come along, okay, because I was on a journey having chickens and everything, garden and everything. You see, I left this bed the way it was. There was none but beds like this, all in this area. Now Mickey done made it into a sandbox. But that was a garden bed. But anyway, like I was saying. So as the chickens found their new way over here, do y'all remember all the grass they had over here? You see how much they cleaned up over here? So now Lorenzo's gonna come back and get all these little things, the trees, the little bushes that they left behind that was in the mix. He's gonna cut that out. He's gonna get all the sticks that fell off from this pecan tree. He's gonna get all that up, clean all this stuff up. We're gonna take down the compost bin over here, and it's gonna just be clean over here. So that way, the grass is gonna come back. Believe me, because it was like this in the middle where they are now. It was just like this, and the grass came back just flourishing. Okay, so now we're letting this rest, okay, and we're gonna have the grass to come back. So when it's time for us to get ready to go from here, there'll be beautiful lush grass. Everything will be it'll be even, right? And then we'll be able to have a nice yard again, okay? They even worked their way over here, as you can see. They cleaned this whole entire area, y'all. I'm gonna give you a better view. Give me a minute. So as you can see, they cleaned this whole entire area right here. Okay? Cleaned it up. So now we're gonna let that rest. The back side is the same way. Behind the honeycomb is the same way. Now, as you've been watching our videos, honeybees, you tell everybody, these chickens have done some work. They did some work last year. And they had this whole area cleaned up just like they did over there. So that's what they're doing over here. The grass was high over here, and that's letting you know they got half of it already gone. And now they're working along the side of the fence. And they're gonna work all around the perimeter of the fence. They have been working over there by the honeycomb. As you can see, it's clean over there. See, they're going around the plants. I mean, natural weed eaters, okay? And they getting up in here and they doing the work, okay? They even made a dent inside the garden, this little flower bed I had shaped like a heart. Believe me, you will see the heart again. Okay, you will see it. But anyway, they've been working over here, and they've been working really hard, and they're moving fast too. They're getting all kind of bugs and critters that are over here, and it's helping a whole lot. And it's saving us time, so we won't be killing ourselves back here, because that's what they're doing. Now, I guarantee you, I forgot last year, I was so overwhelmed with all these weeds. If it hadn't been for Lorenzo saying, hey, let the chickens come over here while you over here, and I wasn't even thinking it, you hear me? It would have never gotten done as fast as it did. These chickens did it, and we sat here and recorded every day what they did. So they're wonderful to have. They will help you if you let them. So they've been working over here and doing what they do. And then they're going to work their way over here, because this was the same way. Now, telling you, they done made it was high up through here a few days ago. They done made a walkway to come through, okay? So I could even go over there and get their eggs. But they even made a walkway through there. They don't work their way over here on the side, as you can see. You see that little path? They don't work their way, okay? So they're really doing their work. So we ain't got to worry about coming in the middle at all. We ain't got to worry about them. They're going to do it. So if you see them or over there, and you see how this path is, y'all, you see how these beds are? As soon as these peppers in, because it won't be long, I'll be still getting the rest of my peppers. There's still a lot of bell peppers growing out here, and hot peppers. I'm gonna let them do their thing. The tomatoes, they got a few of them on here, but I'm getting ready to take the tomatoes down over here because they done did their little work, and I got my worth of tomatoes on this area right here. But I'm gonna wait before I do take any of that stuff down, so that way I won't disturb the growing process of those peppers and bell peppers up on the other side of this bed. But what we're gonna do is, let me let you see for a minute, okay? You see all that grass? You see all of it? All of that. I mean, it was just, I couldn't even walk through here. We done made a walkway so we can come through here. But it was just really loaded on the other side of this fence. I mean, sitting up high, but those chickens done knocked that big old tall grass out, because it was about as high as that right there. And they knocked it down. So while they're doing that and everything, we're going to move things out of the way accordingly. We're going to be moving that hook. We're going to be moving all kind of stuff, okay? Everything. Moving things out of the way so that way when they come in here, they can go inside these beds. They'll be able to go inside these beds and clean, just have at it, all right? Just break everything down. They're going to have this whole area to themselves, but we're going to be taking this cattle panel, like I had said, and setting it here. See how far it would stretch, and then take the other one and just to see how far it would stretch. So that way this half over there, that half over there, I can work with when it gets down to the fall. And they can work around, they can do this whole area all up in here. They could have it. They could have all of that. And when they get it all cleaned out and stuff, then that's when we're gonna go back and pick up these cinder blocks and rinse them out, you know what I'm saying, get them up off the ground and smooth everything out. I won't be using this area no more at all, but smooth it out is good, and it'll be fertilized, everything, for that grass to come back. So from where the chicken coop is all the way back to about right here, or where that tire, where it's about right here, we're going to let them chickens have at it. So that way they can have that cleared out, and then that way the grass can come back and we'll be able to maintain the grass until it's time to work itself out. That way we can start picking up everything and putting everything in its place. So when we get ready to move things over to the new homestead, all that will be completed. All the ground can be leveled out, and everything can come back and thrive just as beautiful as before I had even started this gardening journey. And that's the plan for that. And then the same, when they finish over there, I'll be able to clear that out, take the tables and chairs, whatever is over there in the middle of that mix over there, where they at now, the cinder blocks, all that, and move it. And we're planning on moving it over here by our other driveway, but it'll be inside the fencing where Mickey is at, and just have them stacked over in the corner, so that way when we do make that motion to move, we'll be able to open up the gate over there and get our cinder blocks, because we'll probably line them up along the fence right there, so that way it ain't taking up all that, it ain't trying to do all that, but have them lined up along the fence, so when it's time to get ready to move or make that motion, we'll be able to pick up our cinder blocks right there, because that's our other driveway over there on the other side of that fence. So that's the plan, to do all of that. So we're knocking out, well, the chicken's going to be knocking out, doing all that on both sides. That's going to be saving us time, and in that way we can be able to work with the small things up through here, getting different things, getting those PVC pipes and taking it down, taking that cover off, moving those boards that I put there for those beans, and clear it back up, making it so the grass can curl back in like it's supposed to. Take all the little markers that I put out here for this garden even the cattle panel. Take that down too, so that way we'll have those the things that I've accumulated over time out here. It is dual purpose for me to make this garden the way I want it to be. I wanted it to be whimsical and, and just very inviting. But I'm gonna have a new spot, and I'm gonna make it even better. I'm gonna have the space and the room on how I want it to be designed. And as you accumulate things over time, y'all, it's so well worth it, because then you'll know where you want to put all your little things, and you can keep adding on to it and things like that. We done collected some more not cattle panels, but the dog feature over here. Neighbor was tearing theirs down. We got another one of those. So, accumulate over time before it's time for you to go. Keep accumulating. All right, so you can get all the stuff and you don't pay cash. Like we said, debt free. Collect, keep collecting and keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, you'll be happy you did, because you ain't spending no money out. You got so much stuff as far as a project to do on certain things. You got enough stuff that you accumulate, and that way you can look back and say, okay, now I got pretty much everything I needed to have, and then whatever you needed to go out to get is less money you're spending out versus starting over. You won't have to, start from scratch. You keep on collecting. You probably have one project done and you'll have all your supplies. And that's what we're doing. That's what we keep trying to stress to those who are trying to get out on the homestead and breaking the bank. You want to be debt free. If you hadn't left that house yet and you're still planning on wanting to have a homestead, start collecting little things, marketplace, different little things like that. Start collecting it. Because when you get ready to move, you have a head start. You'll have a head start while you have time, while you're at home, to be able to do all those things. You'll have a head start. Just like these cages, these dog cages. Had somebody ask me, why you need all them dog cages? Well, that might be the chicken run. We might have some chickens in there, and we might want some, in there, so that way we can pull the cage for that moment so they can cut the grass in certain areas where we might need to be chopped down. We might not have the tool. Yeah, you gotta improvise. Okay? Until you can get what you can get. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you're saving money, like I said, if you're saving you some money, that's the way to do it. I'm telling you, it's the best way to do it. Let me turn you around, my arm getting tired. That's the best way to do it. Collect things. Get stuff off a marketplace. You know what I'm saying? Get those type of things so that way you won't be breaking the bank at all. You got people throwing stuff away. There's a site on an app you can buy. You can get an app. Get one of those apps off of your store, that app store on your phone. And there's a thing on there called freebie alerts. Yeah, when I tell you freebie alerts, you getting single wides, double wides for free. They just telling you to come pick this stuff up and move it. And I've seen a lot of them on there. I did. You already know where my mind is going, don't you? Fix her up. Free. I ain't lying. Freebie alerts, okay? Look in your little app store and type up freebie alerts. Freebie alerts. If you didn't get what I was saying, just rewind it back and you'll see. So you get a lot of free stuff. So like I said, if I could bring them up here in the front yard and let them range out here, I would. I would. But that backyard, they're going to have it looking pretty, and we're going to keep that documented. We're going to keep it documented, okay? If you're able to have some backyard birds in your backyard, check your ordinance in the county that you're in and see if they'll let you have them. If you have HOA, they probably won't, but there's no HOAs up through here. None of that. So check your ordinance and see if you're able to have backyard chickens. Because I tell y'all, them backyard chickens right here, they'll help you. They will help you. Telling you they'll help you. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on because I'm rambling. But I had so much to say. And we will be picking up tomorrow. I'm going to show you those seeds that I'm going to go ahead and get started with. because it's getting closer and closer. And I like to get a head start on some seeds. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be growing out of grow bags, and I will be growing out of those blue barrels, and I might just be pulling up those tires and smoothing it on out of there, so that way I won't have to deal with that side at all, because I'm really trying to shorten it this time, okay, for this year, for next year, because we're on a mission, y'all. We're trying to get on out there to that homestead. I'm ready for it when it gets cold, when it gets warm, springtime, and at least I'll have a head start on some of those seeds for the spring. If the garden is not ready by the spring for out there, it sure need to be ready for the summer. Okay, for the summer. But we're gonna be out there as soon as that sun start paping and it start getting warm for the spring. I'm ready to get out there. Okay, we're gonna be getting out there because ain't nobody gonna be sitting here playing over here at all. So if you like this video, y'all, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, comment down below, and y'all have yourself a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.